Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Monday night edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, where you make the call. And all you have to do is call us at 412-575-2600. That is the Bordas and Bordas hotline. You can also tweet us if you'd like. At KDPomp is my Twitter handle. At Ron Cook PG for Mr. Ron Cook, who's in the studio here tonight. And we will begin with Pirates trying to make it another series win after beating the Mets, beating the Padres. They're 4-2. And then tonight, Nick Kingham's had a rough first inning, to put it mildly.
33 pitches. There's a ball hit in the hole between first and second. Harrison fields it. Kingham can hold the throw. The guy ends up at second base. And then they have a guy at third, and the catcher Diaz's throw back to the mound after a pitch is wild, and they score a run on that. I haven't seen that outside of Little League in a long time, Bob.
It was just a
Not
regular.
a long time.
Bellinger's at third base. You know,
And he throws it back to him wild.
Yeah, he gets a pitch, he throws it, it goes over his head, deflects off his glove to short, and by that time Bellinger scores. So
Down
that
2-0
was a rotten
after
inning
one.
right off the
He's
bat.
already thrown 33 pitches after one inning.
All right, the Pirates
Wow.
are going to see three lefties in this series, by the way. They have tonight Alex Wood, then you have Clayton Kershaw, and then you have Rich Hill, and we'll see what they do. And Colin Moran was a big player yesterday for them with his second grand slam. He's in the lineup tonight. They have Diaz, however, batting cleanup. His bat's not been a problem, but his defense has. And tonight we saw another example of that. So we'll update that as we go.
Marte is out of the lineup tonight against the left-hander.
Well, he's really struggling, but I would agree.
I want him in there.
I do too. I mean, he was terrible yesterday, and he's been terrible. He had the worst month of his professional career in June, around a 185 average. And he's been swinging this stuff out of the strike zone, but at some point,
Against the lefty, I'd rather have him.
you got to have him in there against
Right.
lefties. I agree. Anyway, let's talk about the NHL free agency, which continued today. And we saw Carter Rowney, former Penguin, and good for him. You know, he was a guy who came a long way after a tryout to make the Penguins, and then he signs today a 3-year, $3.4 million deal with the Anaheim Ducks. He's a good role player, and the Penguins certainly lost him, Tom Kuhnackel, but they brought in Jack Johnson. They brought in Matt Cullen. I was surprised, Ron, by Matt Cullen, only because they have four centers. To me, it indicates Jim Rutherford may be willing to deal one of them, most likely Derek Brassard if he's going to make a trade. And otherwise, why do you bring Matt Cullen?
Yeah, I mean, you have depth now. You can play some of these guys. Sheahan can play a wing. Cullen can play anywhere. I wasn't big on the Cullen signing. I would have preferred Kunitz coming back. That's just me. I cannot believe Carter Rowney got 3 years, $3.35 million. Kuhnackel just got a 1-year deal from the Islanders, I believe. I like Kuhnackel better than Rowney, but I can't believe the money they're paying some of these guys now. It's just astonishing. But sport is good. Give Gary Bettman credit. He just went into the Hall of Fame. The revenues have gone up so much. I give him a lot of credit. Belongs in the Hall of Fame for me.
I'm not a big fan of commissioners going into the Hall of Fame. I mean, if they're going to do it, fine. It doesn't move me.
It's not taking a player's spot.
I don't
it's
care.
It's in under the builders.
It's about players mostly, and that's how it should be. Anyway, so let's talk about Jack Johnson. He's getting a lot of negative Twitter comments about this deal, and this deal to me is not that bad of a deal. I don't like 5 years, Ron, but I do like a guy like that coming in as part of your 5 and 6 defensemen, which Chad Ruhwedel back at 7, it makes them stronger and deeper. And if he can do the kinds of things that he once did, before last year, they're going to look back and really like this. And by the way, the other thing, he's 31. He's the same age as Sidney Crosby. He's 1 year younger than Evgeny Malkin. And if you think Columbus is a great judge of talent, just remember they let William Karlsson go to the Vegas Golden Knights in the expansion draft. So I'm willing to take this guy, and I think he's going to be a big contributor here, at least for the first couple of years.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm okay with it. As you said, 5 years is a long time, but there's ways to getting out of this contract. This team's built to win now. I didn't like Hornquist getting all the years he got last year, but if those guys help you win a cup now, next year, the year after, it's worth it. I mean, even if the contract's bad at the end, I'm okay with it. I think he's going to be a very motivated player to prove everybody wrong that he's washed up. Now, he may be washed up. If he is, then it's going to be a bad deal for the Penguins. I'm going to trust Rutherford's eyes on this. Get them with Gonchar, get them with Jacques Martin. They've had a history of changing defensemen around, Alexiak and certainly Justin Schultz. I'm okay with this signing. I think the price is reasonable. Compared to what some of these guys are getting, 3.25, I'm okay with it.
Elias Diaz, who made that error in the first inning, just hit a home run, so his offense has been good. It's now 2-1. Pirates trail the Dodgers in the second. We're here to take your calls, so call us at 412-575-2600. That is the number right here on the Bordas and Bordas hotline of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We do it 7 nights a week right here on Pittsburgh's CW.
The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters.